Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your news report, second stimulus check update and second stimulus package update for Wednesday, December 9th. Happy Wednesday everybody and I hope you're having a great day so far. According to the New York Times, the White House offers $916 billion proposal. Now this proposal does cut jobless benefits. The offer from Steve Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, to Speaker Nancy Pelosi was the first time since November's election that the Trump administration has engaged directly in talks on Capitol Hill. The New York Times also claims that the plan does not include a proposed revival of $300 weekly enhanced unemployment benefits, though it would extend other federal unemployment programs that are set to expire in coming weeks. CNBC reports that President Trump has entered that debate with a proposal for $600 stimulus payments. Before we get into the video, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the notifications bell. That way you'll never miss all the newest and most up-to-date, reliable stimulus check updates. And let's get this video to 5,000 likes if you think that Congress must pass more stimulus relief. My message to the American government is to prioritize helping the American people. A stimulus bill and stimulus payments must be approved. If you agree, then leave a comment down below saying I agree.
Jim, we haven't mentioned the Treasury Secretary's $916 billion proposal from last night.
Yes, I spoke to him this morning, and I think it's got something interesting that people should listen to. $600 per child, $600 per adult, $2,400 checks right to you per family for four. And I think that this is something you're going to hear about, and people are going to say, wait a second, how can we not do this? How can we not give the country a holiday present?
Everybody tell me in the comments down below. Would you rather have the unemployment benefits extended or a $600 to $1,200 stimulus payment? Because Steve Mnuchin's proposal does include $600 per person. Tell me what you think, everybody, in the comments down below. And according to CNBC, lawmakers continue to wrestle about the next stimulus relief bill. Will it contain $600 checks or $1,200 stimulus checks? According to the New York Times, the offer from Steve Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, to Speaker Pelosi was the first time since November that the Trump administration has engaged directly in stimulus talks. And it comes as lawmakers race to reach another deal before they conclude this year's session. Now, folks, you must know that this plan does not include a proposed revival of $300 weekly enhanced unemployment benefits, though it would extend other federal unemployment programs that are set to expire in the coming weeks. It would also include another, smaller round of direct payments to Americans, amounting to $600 per person. The New York Times reports that the original $2.2 trillion stimulus law, enacted back in March, distributed around $1,200 stimulus checks and established and enhanced unemployment benefits at $600 per week. The proposal put forward by Steve Mnuchin would not address the lapsed benefit and would have the one-time payment. Pelosi and Schumer said in a joint statement, the president's proposal must not be allowed to obstruct the bipartisan congressional talks that are underway.
Democrats know, but I keep in mind a check from the government is something that a lot of people may like, and I think there could be a little bit more of a groundswell over this proposal than others. And I think that's very, very significant and should not be ignored. $600 per child, per adult. People want it. They want it badly.
Yeah, Jim,
Carl.
it does seem like we're zeroing in on direct payments as opposed to state and local or liability insurance. Is that a fair trade?
Yes, that's very true. But I think people should know is that this could be money in their pockets.
Everybody tell me in the comments down below. Who do you think is to blame for holding back your second stimulus check? Is it President Trump and the White House? Or is it Democrats like Speaker Pelosi and Chuck Schumer? Tell me what you think in the comments down below. In a statement issued after his conversation with the Speaker on Tuesday, Mnuchin offered little detail other than his intent to offset the cost of the package, in part by repurposing $429 billion in funds from earlier legislation and using unspent funds from a popular federal program for small businesses that lapsed this year. The proposal emerged as a bipartisan group of moderate lawmakers, meeting virtually to work toward an agreement on the details of its $908 billion compromise plan. The Trump administration's proposal also included funds for vaccine distribution and the revival of the Paycheck Protection Program. Representative Kevin McCarthy, the Republican of California, said it's a very good offer, and the minority leader, who along with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell of Kentucky, was briefed on the plan by Steve Mnuchin and Mark Meadows. They said it focuses on the things that need to be there. Everybody tell me what you think in the comments down below. Which stimulus bill should be passed? The White House's and Steve Mnuchin's $916 billion stimulus plan, or the bipartisan $908 billion plan, which does not include stimulus payments. Now, according to the New York Times, earlier Tuesday, McConnell signaled an openness to a deal, floating the possibility of removing both the liability provision and funding for state and local governments. He argued that dropping both parties' top priorities could smooth the way for a narrower deal with funding for vaccine distribution, schools, and small businesses. McConnell said on Tuesday, we know that the new administration is going to be asking for another package. What I recommend is we set aside liability and set aside state and local and pass those things that we agree on.
An issue overall. The stimulus is a little uncertain. Brexit's uncertain, although I saw the pound move in the last hour. We may be getting some news here on Brexit, which is going to be important, I think, for certainly European valuations. And we've talked about how high the valuations are, 22 times 2021 earnings estimates on the S&P 500. That's pricey, folks. At these prices, even a stimulus deal plus vaccine could become a sell on the news event. That's what I'm concerned about, that valuation. So remember, we had this reopening enthusiasm, all the work from home stocks sort of underperformed towards the end of November, and this is happening into December. So here's your, work from home stuff, the Kroger's, the Home Depot. Keep an eye on Home Depot. That's the big stock in the consumer discretionary group. That's been looking very toppy recently. Sherwin-Williams, Target, all down so far. This is for December. What we're looking at. What's a little more concerning is the industrials. They had a great rally. David was talking about the steel stocks too, but they've also sort of run out of steam. That's a little more disconcerting, given that I said that's part of the reopening story. So Cummins, Deere, Rockwell, some of the other names that are out there, Eaton, all down for the month.
Agree on, and I think that's a pretty broad area that includes PPP, vaccine delivery, additional assistance to healthcare providers, and a variety of other things that are not controversial. What I recommend is we set aside liability and set aside state and local and pass those things that we can agree on, knowing full well we'll be back at this after the first of the year.
So, Jennifer, how significant is McConnell's move away from liability protections, and what items do Democrats and Republicans agree on?
Hi, Elaine. Yeah, so this was a pretty significant move, if only because McConnell, for about 6 months now, has...
With that being said, folks, that's all the news in today's video. If you found this video useful, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the notifications bell. That way you'll never miss all of the newest and most up-to-date, reliable stimulus check information.